now, we're your Mix 104.
How about we stop all that stuff because I forgot to make it stop. It's Mike Lee in for Steve and Bridget, and with technical issues, people would think Steve's here. That's what's going on. It's 8:53, and glad to have in the studio with us Greg Edwards. He is the Associate Professor of Nursing, and did you say that it's the nursing program coordinator?
I'm the clinical coordinator. I coordinate all the clinical experiences for nursing students
at Cleveland State, and you're here to talk about something really neat that's coming up, and that is the nursing information session on August 19th. What's going on with that, Greg?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
We really appreciate you guys. On August the 19th at 5:30 to 7 p.m., the Cleveland State Nursing Program, we will be presenting our quarterly nursing information session. It's going to be located at the Health Science Building right there on Adkisson, building number 16, on the first floor in the multipurpose room. We're going to conduct an information session. And in this information session, we give prospective students, prospective nursing students, an idea and a glimpse of what it takes to get into the program, what it's going to look like once they do get into the program, and what their opportunities are once they graduate from the program.
And what a program you have. I mean, it's known far and wide away from Cleveland as an incredible program.
Thank you. We worked very hard at giving the most robust nursing program around in this region, and hospitals are very respective of the program and the students that we produce.
How did you get involved, Greg?
Well, I retired from Atlanta. I moved up to Tennessee. I became an adjunct clinical instructor at Cleveland State, and I fell in love with this area and the people at Cleveland State, and I said, I think I would like to become part of this program. So I became part of I became in as an assistant instructor, and then I just worked my way into professor, and it's just been a whirlwind ever since. I've just really enjoyed walking into hospitals and being recognized, and people say, "You touched my life in a very meaningful way." It's been very rewarding.
Okay, for say parents of high schoolers that are possibly interested in nursing as a career path, what kind of classes should they be looking at taking in high school? That's
a very, very good question. Typically speaking, the things that we want to see from high school students are high school chemistry. We want them to take in high school chemistry. It prevents them from having to take a college level chemistry. Mm-hmm. The other thing is as much anatomy and physiology as they can. I know in Cleveland high schools, they have a program where if a student takes Anatomy and Physiology 1 at the high school level, the Anatomy and Physiology 2 is presented by Lee College at the college level, and they get college credit for that.
Great.
So that really helps students get a lot of the gen ed classes out of the way. At Bradley, over at the Pi Center, I think with Cleveland State Community College, they do the same type of program over there. And I'm not completely sure about that, but some of those things that they can do. And medical terminology is something that we use every day as nurses at the hospital level. As much as they can learn about that, it would decrease the curve of the shock of coming into nursing school, and it's a completely different vernacular that we speak.
And how long is the nursing program?
Well, we have a number of different programs and a number of different offerings. I'm glad you asked about that. Our day cohort, typically we will run an admission cycle from January the 1st until March the 1st. People apply to the program. We make our selection of those students, and then they would start a 4-semester fall, spring, off summer, fall, spring, so 2 calendar years basically. They would be graduated as an associates in nursing, and they would be allowed to set for the NCLEX and get all the licensing and privileges that a registered nurse would have.
That's great. And then do you have the RN program?
That's correct.
Is there an LPN program, or is that?
There is. We also have a evening program that we we offer the evening program in the spring of every other or every odd number year. Those students will go to school at night typically. The academia, the curriculum is a little bit lighter, and they go 6 straight semesters. So spring, summer, fall, spring, summer, fall, they graduate. And those are for our working folks who typically have families, they have other responsibilities, and they can go to nursing school in the evening. The LPN program, we offer an LPN program that starts every January. We're going to talk about this on the 19th. And if you're a current LPN in the state of Tennessee, you have a current license, and you meet the gen ed requirements, you can come in during the spring semester, and you only have to go for 3 semesters.
Oh, nice.
And at the end of those 3 semesters, you get to graduate with your associate's degree, and you get to set for the NCLEX like the other students do.
All right, we're talking with Greg Edwards, Associate Professor of Nursing at Cleveland State, about their open house session, nursing information session, August 19th, 5:30 to 7. Do people need to do anything to register, or is it just...
They can show up. They can show up.
Okay.
Now, if they have a Cleveland State email address, they probably will get a notification through the Cleveland State email. But anybody who's interested in nursing and they want to speak to us about some of those high school things that you were talking about, what are some of the strategies and ways that they can go ahead and prepare themselves for nursing school? Yes, we're going to discuss that as well. But anybody can come.
All right, Greg, thank you for being with us. And anytime you guys want to come up and talk about anything nursing, you just let us know.
Well, the last thing I would want to say, and I know we're on a time crunch.
No,
but
that's fine.
One of the things I wanted to talk about was the width and depth of the nursing profession. So the nursing profession is the widest, deepest profession that there is. Go ahead and ask me why I say that.
Why is that?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that.
I'm just
You
full
knew
of
that
good
was
questions.
coming, right? So when you become a nurse, you can be a registered nurse. You can be any kind of registered nurse you want. You can work in the emergency department. You can work in intensive care units. You can work in surgery, mother, baby, labor and delivery. So it's a very, very wide profession that you can select the areas or specialty areas you want to go to. It's also very deep. You can become a manager, a charge nurse. We have one of our former graduates who's the CEO of a Sweetwater Hospital now.
Oh, nice.
So through nursing, you can go as high as you really want, and there are just many, it's one of the few professions you can walk away from for a few years and come back to and just pick up right where you left off. And the last thing is, it's virtually a 100% ability to get a career, maintain that career, because
you're not going to run into, oh, darn, they're not hiring nurses.
That's not at this moment right here,
No.
not for the foreseeable 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's a critical profession, and anybody who has a servant mentality and wants to serve other people when they're in their vulnerable moments, that's the type of person we want in the nursing program, in the nursing profession.
Greg, you did a great job. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's 9:01. Good morning.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland.